Keep it super simple. The less questions that you answer and the more you point, the more income you're going to make. Okay? People know from our team when they call me and say, hey Carl, what about this? What about that? The first thing that should be firing off in your head is where am I pointing them? Not what is the answer to the question, where am I pointing them, right? So keep it super simple, and now you're onto something. When you do that, you are onto something, okay? And then that's part of being duplicatable too, because you guys, not everybody is going to have the experience that you or me may have in business. And this is something that Kathy and I really love about this business is we can train up entrepreneurs quickly, and people can duplicate quickly because it's so simple. It's so simple. So don't overcomplicate it, or you won't be duplicatable, and you're doing your team a disservice. Okay?
That's right. Pro strategy stands for a pros and acronym. Remember, patch, revisit, opportunity.
Yes. Patch, get your script down. It's got to include a few things, right? Excitement and belief for number one. Notice I didn't say science, technology. You have to be excited, right? People will remember how you made them feel much more so than what you said. So be excited, because they're going to hang up with you and say, I don't know what they're so excited about or what they just said, but I'm excited. And they'll get back with you, right? So your share is very important. You've got to get your share down to very simple, very quick, and it should include some of the following. Make it your own, but it should include some of the following because this is proven. Newly patented stem cell reactivation technology is affordable, it's wearable. The results are emotional. By age 30, you've lost half your stem cell activity. By age 60, almost all of it. And this screams opportunity.
That's right.
That's it.
Don't be a scientist. We already have one. You just met him.
Yeah.
He's the best. He's the best of the best of the best. Don't be a patch professor or protocol expert. Please. You're hurting other people's chances of being successful, because while that may be your gift, it's not the vast majority of other people's gift. And when people get confused, what do? They quit.
Stop.
That's right. That's right. In person, on the phone, on Zoom. This will always be, no matter how great the technology that we have, communication technology is, this will always be a belly-to-belly, eyeball-to-eyeball business. Emails and texts, we have found, should only be used for setting appointments. That's it. Because people can't see or hear your excitement or your belief in a text or an email. Use the Pro Tracker sheet. If you don't know what that is, if you're brand new, you can download it on This Is a Team. It keeps you honest about your activity level. Our business success, every one of us, is directly tied to our activity level. Period. That's the secret. There's no secret, but if there was one, that's it.
So good, Kevin. So here's the next one. Revisit. In the Pro Patch Revisit opportunity, route revisit. That's where the revenue is. The revenue is in the revisiting. Most of our serious builders said no 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So what if we stopped at 1 or 2? You wouldn't have a business, right? You gotta keep revisiting. And have that positive expectation that said no today, but man, next week I'm getting them, Bobby. I'm getting them, right? It's that positive expectation. And their belief goes up when they see that, right? You're convinced. You got to be convinced before you can be convincing.
That's right.
So here's another little tip, pro tip, that Kath and I use from time to time. People are not ready to make a decision. Let's say we ask them, okay, Bob, so on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being you're not interested at all, 10, you're going to sign up right now. Where are you in that scale? And let's say it's a 7. Then you ask them this question. Hey, great. What other answers do you need to your questions so I can get you to a 10 today or tomorrow? And if they're not ready with them right then and there, you go back to the follow-up.
Okay.
The follow-up.
I'm hurrying us along.
Yes.
Opportunity, that's the O. You're going to point people. Become a proficient inviter, promoter, and pointer. Take the pressure off yourself. on the system. The system can handle it, right? The less you answer and the more you point, the faster your business will grow.
Yes.
Real quick, because this is important. Get them started right.
Oh,
You have to ask people, what are your hopes, goals, and dreams? And oftentimes when you ask them, they look at you with that kind of glazed over look because no one's ever asked them that. So you be the catalyst that reminds them that they have dreams. Because nobody else is doing that.
yes.
That's so important. Get them on the largest pack they can afford and don't assume you know what that is. So many people are only talking core packs. People will find money for what they want to find money for.
You guys, this is magical. Look at the numbers here, okay? This is going to be like the best part right here. Look at the numbers. You sign up 4 premium packs, look what you make, $16.20. Guess how many advanced packs you got to sign up to make the same money? 22. Guess how many core packs you got to sign up? You guys, we get paid on volume. So the larger the pack, and you're setting people up to win in business, remember. You let them come in, but you've planted the seed, and oftentimes they will upgrade quickly after that when they catch the larger vision
That's
of
right.
what we have our hand on. So
Subscription
remember,
is- okay.
yes, subscription, just change the word from subscription to residual income. That's what it is. If you go off subscription, your residual income ends. Subscription ties you into the revenue stream, okay?
And then one bottom left, one bottom right to 2020. Steve taught us that earlier. Teach them to do the same. Well, all 40 of the bill? Nope. Do you need all 40 of the bill? Nope. You need a couple. That's it? Okay. We are done. Real quick, key points. If you don't remember anything else we said, excitement and belief. That alone is enough. Excitement and belief. Pro system, simple share, X39 only. Success loves speed. Point to the Zooms, get people in seats at the live event.
Yes, and in closing, you guys, thank you so much, Steve and Gina, for allowing us to speak into the team's life. We love you guys. You guys believe you can do it. We want to ask you a question, each one of you, and answer it to yourself. What are your plans for your life? What are your plans for your life? Do you know that God has plans for your life? He does. Do you know what they are? Let's show them. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. He's declaring them. And what are they? Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. That's his plans. Make sure your plans line up.
Welcome to the This Is It stage now. Elite Senior Presidential Directors, Andy and Mandy Hocher.
Let's go! Woo! All right, everybody, how exciting. Well, first of all, I just want to say, boy, is it hot in here, right? But give us a few more minutes of your precious time, and I promise you, there's more to come. Say there's more to come. All right. Well, thank you, Steve and Gina, for giving us a place to connect, a place to have community, a place to do business, a place to make friends. Gosh, I mean, we've all probably been moved today at some point, and them sharing about Ken Robinson was just, so incredibly moving that alone could have been it. Am I right? Because what we're building here, nobody's promised another day. So we got to work this thing like today's our last. And Ken and Lynn were a perfect example of that.
And so I hope today that you have deep conviction that you can do this and that this is for you. This is your family. So thank you, Steve and Gina, for giving us a place to be known, to share our gifts and talents. And I want to encourage you today that it's going to be about some surrender moments. Right? You're going to have to surrender some things that you might be doing or not doing. And some of us, we might need to slow down to speed up. Right? So that might be your nugget today, because you don't want to miss the people that the Lord has for you in your business. So here we go. Take it away, Andy.
Here we go. 2 years ago, we walked into this event, and we were wishing for things to change. We were wishing for an opportunity. We were wishing for the chance to take our family on vacation. We were wishing. How many of you guys know a wish is not a plan? Right? That's not a strategy. We needed a plan, and we got a plan because we plugged into this event. Now, it just so happens that Lifeway, the company, just launched 2 major promotions Monday, like this week. So we're going to teach you how to leverage these 2 major promotions to set your business and set your team on fire. But you got to decide that I'm going to take action. I'm not here to learn. I'm here to get equipped so that I can go home and take action. Now, all of us have this incredible bonus right now, is we can go back home and say, I just got back from Orlando. And I am fired up to tell you about what I just saw. So keep in mind that this is where you can begin to make your move because you're in the room. Now, I do want to warn you before we talk through these things. I don't know, I have no idea where a camera is, but is this my guy? So most of us, we work our Lifeway business like this. Here we go. Hey, let me tell you about this incredible product. David Schmidt is amazing. I mean, how many people think David Schmidt's amazing? Yeah. This technology is incredible. Right? We hide behind X39. And this is a moment, if you will step out and be bold and say, I just found an opportunity that is life-changing. The next 4 weeks, and technically the next 11 weeks, can literally set your business on fire. So, how many of you guys have heard that Lifeway's going on a cruise? Yeah? Okay, so before we dig in, I do want to share with you, this is a cruise ticket. Here's the idea behind this. I've got my buddy Robert and his wife Lacey, which I probably shouldn't have said their names, but anyway, I'm going to mail them to them so that they hang out.
They're coming.
They're coming. I want to take them with me on this trip, right? So by the way, these are 10 packs. Thank you, Steve and Gina and Thea and just the entire team. We go, hey, we got an idea. Boom. Next thing you know, there's a pack of 10 that you can buy in the store, but they're going fast because we bought 20 because I got 200 people I want to send this to.
This is a tool for you to give people and invite them and share with them and talk about. It is a way, another tool to incorporate in the business so that while you're building your business and you're talking about the things that are at hand. This is an important moment that will pass. This is a contest that you can't participate in 12 weeks. You have to participate right now.
That's right. So if you guys are excited to learn how to earn this incentive trip, do me a favor and say, let's go. Okay, here we go. So the Bahamas cruise is the big one. Now I want to share with you that there's a second one called the New Manager Cash Bonus. In your inbox, technically on Sunday, it's a $100 cash bonus. We're going to show you the power of that, especially over the next 4 weeks, because when we break out of here tonight, tomorrow, we're going to have a chance to use that cash bonus to fuel our points for the Bahamas trip in a major. Okay? So let's talk about this trip. By the way, the trip dates, as you can see, February 19th and 13th. Flying in Miami, staying the night. Now, anybody live in a place that February is not 80 degrees? Yeah? Like North Dakota? My friends, the Brandons? Yeah. It's not 80 degrees in North Dakota in February. And so sell the dream. Sell it. Hey, I'm taking it. Winter, we're going to be walking the white sand, beautiful blue beaches of the Bahamas on an all-expense big trip. And I want you to go with me. Right? So keep in mind, this started Monday. Now, some of you may have seen the tracker, which is Ticket. There's a barcode, so they can scan this, download this tracker. We're going to teach you how to use this tracker to put yourself and your team on the trip. Okay? All right. If you're ready to go, let's go. All right. So step one. Now, there's 3 ways that you earn points for the trip. These are kind of similar to some of the trips that we've been on. So if you've been a part of Lifeway for, let's say, 6 months or more, you may have seen a trip tracker like this. Step 1 is if you hit your rank. So if you're a manager and you hit manager every week, you're going to pick up 1 point a week. If you're a director and hit director, and this is your highest lifetime rank, you're going to pick up a point every single week during those 11 weeks. So let's say this is a brand new teammate. I come back from Orlando, I'm fired up. He gets started, and all of a sudden he hits manager next week. He's picking up 9 points if I can help him hit manager, or maybe even rank up and hit director over the next 9 weeks as we close this out. So this is kind of a nice way to build points. Now, step 2. This is enormous. How many of you are not yet senior director? Do me a favor, put your hands up in the air. Now, these are the people that this trick is designed for most. You guys. True. This is designed for you guys. Again, it goes back to the decision is the most powerful thing about this trip. So, earning points by personally ranking up. So let's say my friend says, hey, I'm excited about this promotion that you're going to hear about in just a second. And they go, I'm in, let's go. I just got back from Orlando. They rank up and hit manager. They got to hit it 4 times out of 11. Let's say they rank up again and hit director. They got to hit it 4 times out of 11. They can pick up 10 points for manager and 15 points for director, just simply by ranking them. Okay, now, imagine across the bottom, this is where things get really creative. Now, if you notice, these are brand partners on your team prior to Monday morning. Anybody have a brand partner on your team prior to Monday morning? A lot of us, okay? Anybody branded this week? Yes.
Shout out.
Congratulations. Welcome to the team. I love it. Okay, so for the rest of us, we may have a brand partner that joined last week. What do I do with that person? Well, if you notice, which by the way, this screen is unbelievable. If you notice, Andy, Brad, and Carrie, they were on my team last week. They've already placed their core order, so I don't get points for that. However, I do get points if they decide I want to upgrade. And I'm ready to go because I just got back from Orlando. You got to see what I saw. And when they upgrade to advanced, if you notice, it's in a 2-point bump. Let's say Carrie already placed an advanced order, but she says, okay, let's go. I'm in. I'll place in a premium order. That's a 4-point bump. So if you notice, Andy, Brad, and Carrie, all of a sudden each line, I'm accumulating points from left to right. So it goes 2 points for core, 2 points for advanced, and 2 points for premium. But if the X is there, that's somebody that already was on my team. I can't count 2 points. But I can help them upgrade in their enrollment, and I can help them rank it. Now, this is where things get really fun. What if I go on a mission over the next 11 weeks? You know, because, again, we were wishing for things to change. We needed a plan. Lifeway just gave us all a plan. If you came in this weekend hoping and wishing that circumstances would change at your house, this is it. Like pun intended. This is it, okay? Here we go. So let's say Alan says I'm in. He places a core order. I get 2 points. Brenda says I'm all in. I'm going premium. I get 2 plus 2 plus 4, total of 8 points when Brenda says I'm in. Kathy, 2 plus 2, she places an advanced order. And then turn around, we go, hey, Kathy, there's a fun little promotion I never want to tell you about. She ranks up to manager. Dennis, listen, great. Thank you, Dennis. I get a point. Ava, 2 plus 2 plus 4, she places a premium order. Can you guys see how we're accumulating from left to right? We're adding up all of those points. Okay? Now across the bottom, Gail, 2 plus 2 plus 4, she is manager, that's 5 points. She is director, that's 7 more points. So in total, watch what happens. I just got 101 points down here across the bottom in the next 11 weeks. By the way, 10 weeks and 2 days. The clock is ticking. Okay? So this is not a 2-week promotion, and this is not a 2-year promotion. This is kind of in the middle. So my suggestion is go home and put this on your refrigerator, not just your friend's refrigerator. That way you're staring at this every day. If you get bold and courageous like Rick Carey Robertson, put this on your television so that you have to move it so that the remote will work. Okay? You'll get really frustrated really fast, okay? So here's the deal. All of a sudden I got 9 points plus 25 points plus 101 points. Here's how the points work. If I get 80 or more, I'm going on the trip. No airfare. If I get 90 or more, I'm going on the trip and I get up to $450 airfare for the trip. Now, you can always upgrade to bring a spouse, bring a friend, bring a family member, bring your kids. That's amazing. How about this? 105 points is 2 trips and 1 flight reimbursement, and 125 points, which by the way, I just showed you, 135 point example, is 2 trips and 2 airfares. Imagine you and your spouse is saying, if you're bold enough to tell your wife right now, if they're in the room, tell them I'm taking you to the Bahamas. Do it. Tell them I'm taking you to the Bahamas. Okay? Because it's the commitment and the decision. Now, my friend Terry Miller, David and Terry Miller, brand new elite SPDs. She goes, if you had 2 people a week, we're pretty much going. We can't guarantee that. You never know. But if you had 2 people a week to your team, personally sponsored, the odds of you earning this trip are very, very high. Now, Lifeway also added.
Well, real quick, because the number one question we get about this tracker is, I thought premium was worth 8 points. Well, hopefully, now that you've seen Andy's example, you realize it's cumulative. This is a way for us to have 1 page, just 1 sheet that's going to track everything and everybody that you bring into your team that's going to count as an upgrade or a new brand partner, and so that you make the accumulation. Does that make sense for everybody? Yes, okay, perfect, because this is important. If you want to track your progress or track your one of your brand partners' progress or help your teammates track, because what we don't pay attention to probably won't happen. So if you pay attention to this, others will pay attention to this, and you might bring a team of people with you. Not just you go, but how about everybody goes?
Totally do.
Yeah.
Okay, so as far as the tracker is concerned, I hope you just call what Andy shared, this print one for you, and then call teammates and say, hey, Joe Navarro, I'm running for this trip. Are you in? Let's go.
Yep.
Penny, where's my friend Penny? Or I'm running for this trip. Are you in? Yep. How about Rick Francis? Are you in?
He's in.
He's in. How about Jason Miller? Are you in? He's in. Right? So all of a sudden, if I print their tracker, I can pay attention to what's happening for them, and I can tell them how close they are. Now, we hope Lifeway has a tracker in our back office. This is a very challenging thing for our corporate office to build because there's a lot of components. Now, I would encourage you to take your own stats. That way, you know your progress. You know how close you are to qualifying for this incentive trip. And imagine how fun it's going to be if you fly from North Dakota, all the way down to Miami, and you're walking through the Bahamas. Imagine that friend that calls and says, I don't think so. And they're watching your pictures going down the water slide. That goes okay. It's going to be unbelievable.
That's right.
Now, there's an added bonus that Lifeway just gave us, and it's setting this trip incentive on fire over the next 28 days.
That's right. So we have a shorter amount of time to focus on this. So let's focus. Who wants bonus money? That's not. Is anybody on virtual want bonus money? How about anybody in the back? Do you want bonus money? Okay, we still have people in the back. All right, awesome. Well, this is a manager bonus. So this is for you to rank up or to help others rank up. You're going to bonus from now through August 31st. So we're pairing the two together. What a great thing to help a new person or someone that's been on your team for a while. Say, let me help you. I'm going to put more money in your pocket. How does that sound? Sounds great. So Going manager, Steve did an amazing job already training us on going manager, two right, two left, and, the new manager bonus, so someone is gonna be able to get, you click side, so that new manager is getting $100 bonus. So you're gonna get paid right now. We are taught in this business, when you're helping somebody new, and one of the best things you can do is count the money. They might not know, but you know. You're helping them. You're the leader. You could be calculating even what they're making if they order a 4-pack, an advanced pack, or a premium pack. Help them count the money. I promise you, maybe I can't promise you this, but it'll likely happen that somebody will introduce you to more people if they know how much potential there is to earn. So this is an additional bonus. Now, if you're helping that person make a bonus, why not throw a bonus on top of a bonus, right? So you're gonna get $50. This is an amazing, just extra incentive that now it is for a short period of time. So this is what we call a sprint incentive. We don't wait. This is, you're running out the door. Bo Brandon is a sprinter, if I'm not mistaken. And he knows what it feels like to get, you're out of the gate fast, right? You gotta run for this and you gotta help others. This is a reason to call somebody. This is a reason to help somebody on your team that might just be sitting on the sidelines. But if they've been sitting on the sidelines just wearing a patch, they need a phone call. They need you to call them and say, I just got back from Orlando, and here's what I heard, here's what I saw, and here's what I know. I can help you. I can put money in your pocket. And see what they say. And they might be ready. It might be their time, which is so great. So, can you be a manager making machine? A few of you can. Can you be a manager making machine? All right. Let's show Lifeway what This Is It team can do this month, and just like Steve and Gina had said, let's let them pay. Right? They're opening up their checkbooks for all of us to have more wins under our belt and pay more people for their efforts. So let's do it.
Now, something to find the two together is a reminder. If I go help my friend hit manager, how many points do I get? Let me try it again. If I help my friend hit manager, how many points do I get? And I got $100 bonus to help incentivize me to do that between right now and August 31st. So imagine if you go help 20 people hit manager between now and August 31st, you're going on the trip. It's incredible. I don't know if the guys have the super cool cruise horns, but that was amazing last night.
That's right.
We started thinking about how many people we can put on this incredible incentive trip, and it's the combination of the two. Here's the deal. You cannot delay. What I know is we're going back to school, Labor Day, college football, fall, breaking leaves, doing whatever. It's coming. We have got to hit the ground running when we get out of here. So
That's right.
I hope this helps you guys. We'll see you on the trip.
Thank you guys. God bless you. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Welcome to the This Is It stage, Elite Senior Presidential Directors Danny and Diane McDaniel.
Thank you. Go have a seat. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much. It's been a great weekend, hasn't it? It's been phenomenal.
So good.
And, we know how this goes. We've been to so many conventions over the years that we know that, fatigue can kick in and then information overload can kick in. All those different things can kick in, but you got to find through that and sleep on the plane. So, this is what you got to do. Okay, I wanted to say a couple of things off the topic. They're going to help you. First of all, I do want to say this, because I want all 4,000 of you to have the right perspective of what just happened here. What's happening right now. Like we we've seen, you go from hotel rooms like the Holiday Inn to like, the DoubleTree, to the Marriott, and then to maybe the Renaissance, and then you start getting into larger venues like a convention center, and then you wind up in arenas one day, and then you wind up in stadiums. Steve and Gina have experienced this whole process. They've spoken in front of tens of thousands in arenas. We've experienced that process. Right where we are right now, we're on the cusp of an arena. Because this is where, when you max out large convention ballrooms, the next step is arena. Okay, so what I want to say as quickly as I can is this, just so you understand what's just happened this weekend. Corporations can't put a gig on as good as this.
Yeah.
Corporations with paid staff members. And so for those 3,900 people who don't know this right now, I just want you to know. You know who put this in their home? You know who did all the work? People and their children. Can you believe that? This is amazing. I mean, guys, let that sink in. Can you and your spouse pull this off?
Yeah.
And all that out there, and tonight and tomorrow, can you pull that off and your kids? And some friends that you called up and came in from over there. That's ridiculous! Give Steve and Gina a hand! Y'all are amazing! Amazing! Thank you. Thank you. Okay, and secondly, can I give you just a couple of real keys to wealth? Does anybody, if you want to make big money, if you really want to make big money, here's some keys. You just got to understand the little things matter. Yeah. Every little thing matters. I'm going to give you a couple of examples. When you go into the men's restroom, and there's gum in the urinal, why would you do that? It means you've never owned anything. When you spit gum in someone else's urinal, would you spit gum in your urinal? No, you wouldn't do that. It's little things that matter. And see, I may not have seen who spit the gum in the urinal, but God saw it. And it's not like you're getting penalized, there's a withholding that takes place. Because as a man sows, so shall he reap. Well, we don't pick up after ourselves. There's just sowing and reaping process. And so the thing I wanted to say as fast as I could is this. We're building the best, what's happening here is we are building a culture of leadership, a culture of excellence, and we're going to be the best trained, most professional, excellent spirited group of distributors the world has ever seen in Great Selling. That's what we're building. Okay, so everywhere we go, all the little things matter. Just like our hotel rooms. When we go to hotel rooms in the morning, you know what is really neat is when you gather all your towels and wash rags, you put them in one spot to make it easy on the housekeeper, and you make sure you pick up all your trash and put it in the trash can, and you do as much as you can to not make their job so hard. And then when we depart from this place, the hotel manager's going, who are these people? My housekeeping staff has gone, these guys are amazing. I mean, they had trash, but if everything was organized, they just tried to make life easy on us. See, everywhere we go, when we do things as a This Is It team, we should leave a mark on wherever we're around. Guys, and if you don't think you'll get blessed from that, it's the law of reciprocation. It's sowing and reaping. We have to start paying attention to little things, because that's what the wealthy people do. That's what Steve and Gina do. That's what Rick and Carrie Robertson do. That's what wealthy people do. Okay, Diane?
Right, it's a reminder that you're an extension of something bigger than yourself. When you do the things that aren't excellent, you represent Steve and Gina. You represent Danny and Diane McDaniel. You represent your team. And so keep that in mind. Everywhere you go, the world is watching, and you are representing much bigger than yourself, including your own family. So excellent. And I too, Steve and Gina, wow, you have set a new standard, next level to excellence. This has been amazing. We're so blessed.
Okay, Don, let's get started.
All right, so, okay, guys, you have been set up so perfectly. I mean, this weekend is absolutely everything you needed, just like we knew. We knew exactly what this was going to deliver, and it has delivered. And so you have been set up to go out and win big. But now it comes down to decision time, taking it personal. Because you can be sitting out there hearing these great testimonies, hearing these great speakers, and you can still be thinking, it's never going to be me. It's never going to be me. But right now, you're going to make a decision that is, instead of saying it's never going to be me, is why not me? Look at your neighbor and say, why not me? Look at your other neighbor and say, why not you? This is serious decisions, guys. You can't come here just to get fired up because you're going to walk out the door and you're going to have somebody tell you no. You're going to walk out the door and your house is probably going to have dishes in the sink. There's probably going to be laundry to be done. And there's going to be all kinds of distractions that are going to keep you from going in and implementing exactly what you learned. But that's what the decision is about. That nothing is going to get in the way of the decision you made because it's time to go next level. And everything that you've heard is now about you putting it into action. Yes, it's action time. Lights, camera, action. That means you get to go out and do what's necessary to do because you've learned it. You have the tools. You have the words. You have the understanding. You're perfectly set up. Now it's about having the courage, the 3 seconds of courage to pick up the phone and call that list.
Okay, so we're going to implement what we learned this weekend because leaders implement what they've learned. So one of the first steps to really implementing what you've learned is to take ownership. Guys, it's time for us to take ownership of our business. Sometime, some of you have heard this, but probably 85% of the people in this room have never heard me say this. But here's the thing. I said, unless you watched Q&A last this past week, but guys, just think about this scenario right here. Maybe I need to learn what the scenario was. How did that happen? Am I fatigued now? Oh my goodness. It just like disappeared.
We have ownership.
Yeah, I know it's ownership.
Okay.
Oh. But it has to do, okay, I got it back. Thank you, Jesus. So, here's the thing. I forgot it again.
Okay. So, it's action time.
Okay. I remembered again. Thank you, Jesus. So, there's pros and cons to this business. And I believe there's really just 2 big negatives to direct selling. And the 2 big negatives are this. Number 1, your investment is very small.
Yeah.
And that means very small risk. Okay? And number 2 is 0 risk. Okay? So it's a small investment, no risk. You know what happens there? Is people quit. You quit after 3 no's because you had a small investment, no risk, and then people run around and say, oh, most people fail at network marketing. That's not true. People just never got started.
Yeah.
They never took ownership because they didn't invest anything but a couple $100. They took no risk at all, and there was no ownership. And so, if you spend $500,000 on a new business or a new franchise, you're all in, baby.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a small, it was a huge investment. You went in debt over it, and it's a huge risk, and you can't afford not to show up. And so you just grind at it for 2 years to get out of the red into the black so you can have a debt-free business on your hands in 24 months. What if you did that here with the same ownership mentality of a franchise owner or any other kind of business owner across America, and you disregarded the fact that you had a little tiny investment, and you had 0 risk, and you start treating it like it cost you millions to get in, and you have to do it now. You got to make it happen now. That's how you got to treat this thing. So you gotta take responsibility for all of these things. You gotta take responsibility for the knowledge you're gonna acquire. You know, see, you don't have a franchise, but what if it was a franchise? You gotta take responsibility to run it like the company tells you to run it. Well, in this, you gotta run it like we teach you how we run it. And it's really simple. You know, you've gotta get plugged into school. There's no excuse not to know how the entire YouTube library is arranged and where you find every little story. You know, all these little hidden doctors videos, you know where they're at? They're in the 2023 convention storage part of the YouTube library for This Is It School. And, you know, a lot of people don't even know where those are. Why? Because you never studied the library. I know the library. I know the This Is It Team library. I know where to find any video, anytime, any day, and grab it, copy and paste it, and go, bam, there it is. Why? Because I take ownership of my business. You got to take responsibility for your daily method of operation, which is the pro strategy. Every single day, it's what it is. You patch people you revisit, and you share the opportunity. It's talk to how many people you're going to talk to today, how many people you're going to follow up with, how many people you're going to get on Zooms. It's eyeballs on Zooms. And you got to take responsibility to run the race and finish the race.
I mean, if you don't own it, you're not gonna grow it. So you gotta make sure that you decide to own this. Because remember, I can't control what anybody else does. I can only control what I do. Now, what I do is modeling and duplication. So I gotta make sure that what I'm doing is duplicatable, but I gotta make sure that I'm putting things into action according to what I've learned and according to what's gotten success. Why wouldn't I do what successful people have done? Right? It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense that I would go back and do anything other than what we've already been taught is getting success. See? And Gina already told us the ones that aren't doing it aren't coming close to the success that This Is It Team is doing. So why in the world would you go out there and do anything different? So make sure that you're doing that what we've all been taught. It's a system. It's systematic. Now, you've got to make sure that you know the system. Just like Danny's talking about, know the system. Know it so well that when somebody comes in, that your first step is onboarding them, just like what you've heard about, so that you can show them the system. Because it's simple. We have a gal, Terry Miller, SPD Elite. One day I called her and I said, hey, can you do it for the ladies? And she said, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that. And I go, why? She goes, I've never done a